Hey everyone, Sambo here. Welcome back to the old campus of Samivostok. Samivostok University, for those of you who don't know, is no longer in business. Ever since we had the new one, which we built a few episodes ago, this one has since been abandoned and no students want to go here anymore, and it's just not really feasible to keep this one running. And basically it's been abandoned, even though there's lots of people walking around. They're kind of like oh, is it haunted? Like, oh, we're gonna walk around, is it a sightseeing place, or like, what is this? But what we're going to do in this episode is actually convert this to a residential area. So someone in the comments, I don't know what video it was, but it was recently, and someone said, why don't you convert this to residential? And yeah, so that's what we're going to do. But if you are new to my channel, you know what I'm gonna say, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. We're almost at 100,000, and also my Instagram is linked in the description if you'd like to have a chat with me. So let's have a look. So this is it over here. It's not too big. So we have the old living quarters for the students, we have the main big buildings here, we have the main road here, the parking lots. We also have this, what is this called? I think it's a library. If I exit and click, that is an underground library. We have the auditorium, or amphitheater, sorry. And then we have these old buildings. These ones are actually a high school and elementary school. And let me just see. We have more than enough. So yeah, I'll probably leave these. But first of all, let's clear something up. I am not going to demolish these. So these are university buildings and they have such a huge capacity, but I have actually converted these into residential, high residential. So if I just click on it, you can actually see that it's now actually a residential building, but it has 0 households. So what I have to do is actually replace it with the new updated one that I have made. And just to show you guys, I just placed it down here. So if I click on this one, it's actually 400 households. So we can pretend that all of this has been divided up into little apartments, and yeah, that's probably that's a lot of people, 400, but it is quite a large building. And the way that you actually do this, it's quite simple. You have to have the Rico mod, this one down here, and you open it, you go into settings. Now you type in what you want. So for me, it was this one, that one. Click on it, and then you press enable Rico, and then you can change it to whatever you want. Basically, you can put how many people, you can put the types, basically all of that stuff, and then press save, and then exit your game, come back in, and then you can find it down in through here. So I actually, even though we have all these nice gardens in here, I have to delete it, and we'll put it in first so we can align it up correctly. I don't think that's really, yeah, I have to put in all the little gardens again. Oh. Okay, we'll delete this one as well. Okay, so hopefully that doesn't look like too weird how it's connected. Yes, I know that this building doesn't have road access, so we don't need everyone to point that out. And also, we don't need all of these parking lots, so see ya. We'll get rid of all of these. These will be apartments through here. This one, I'm thinking I might turn into just a park area, because it's right in front of this school there. But these parking lots here, I'll just leave those there. Unfortunately, I couldn't convert these buildings for some reason. So even though I would like to leave them because they're like a historical building, I am going to demolish them. Sorry. And also these ones as well, since they are the same one. And this one here as well, because we already have 3 of those, which is a lot. So, good. I also want to make a bit of a town center down here as well, because like if we zoom out, there's this one over here, but I want to just do like a little local area, maybe some housing estates as well. So I have to demolish some trees. Oh my god, he's demolishing trees. Actually, we might leave them on this side. Just fill that in like so, so all the little animals can live in there. There we go. But we'll develop this part as in here as well. We better not go too close to the river in case it floods. Okay, so this will be our little town center area. We have some parking lots. This is a little bit steep, so we're just going to put that down a little bit. I need to update this part of the road here, and then also we'll make this main road a little bit nicer. So this one up here, I believe it's the tree sapling. So if you go in here, we should be able to find the tree sapling. Okay, I don't know what that's doing. It's not changing the distance between trees. So whatever then, do whatever you want. Okay, this height here, it's a little bit weird. Make that go down there like that. So I've flattened out this area here. We might just, I don't want the parking lots to be right on the road, because like if you're turning in, I don't want it to be like right there in your face. So we're just going to set that back just a tiny little bit like so. Get rid of that. That looks funny. So let's, oh no. Let's do this guy right here. Boom, boom, boom. That can continue on like that. Actually, why don't we, nah, okay. And then you have to put in the parking lots yourself, which I actually love doing. Oh yeah, one thing I forgot is to actually be able to put shops on here, you have to go like this, force zoning. So then we can actually put it on there, which is fine. It's fine. It's just something unusual. Oh, we've got, is this a little, it's like a little drive-through thing. Let's put this down here. There we go. That'll probably be like the only building on this side of the road, because we want to keep this minimal. We don't want to disrupt all the little animals. Okay, here's a little shopping center. I just threw in some really random buildings. So I don't even know if these are from like any content packs or if I just downloaded them from the workshop. Sorry about that, you guys, but yeah, they are kind of random. Like these are kind of British looking, maybe these ones are also, maybe that one's a bit British. This one I thought looks good on the corner. We have these more American looking ones. We have this one here as well. So let's design some areas and then put in some houses. Okay, so we've got a little bit of designing update. So we now have some little roundabouts here for the main part. So if we zoom in, it's actually a nice little, what is that, like a pebble type road. We also have this little one that goes in here. That'll be just for houses. We have this one in here as well. The road gets a little bit wavy, but that's fine. It'll make it more interesting, I think. There'll be some low density houses along here, and also just some that go along here, look out into the bush. There's going to be a park there. So let's go up here and just fill in this area, because this area will be the easiest to do. I guess we could just do like some of these types of buildings. They're pretty easy to do. Okay, easy peasy. We've got some little parking lots there. I'm gonna detail these areas a little bit more at the end, just because it looks kind of gross how empty it is, right? But I chose these buildings because they're not really high, so they're not going to be really like in your face, and they're a more neutral color, which is what we want for up here. And so let's just put in something over here as well. Alright, scrap what I just said about the neutral colors. We're going with something really bright now. We got the bright red. Nah, it's alright. I think it's alright to have something a little bit more modern. We have the modern, then we have the old, then we have the kind of modern, then we have the old. Okay, also let's just have a look at some buildings to put in here. I was thinking ones like this, because they're like, would you call these townhouses? I don't know. I've never lived in one. We'll just do these. I was actually imagining putting these in like the whole time that I was doing this. So I was like, yeah, they're gonna look so good in there. Can we fit one more? I feel like we could fit one more. Excuse me. Close. Excuse me. We'll take you and we'll squish you. Oh, we'll have to overlap you. Is that alright? I think it's alright. The terrain is a little bit weird. If we zoom in, there's some weird angles, but it's pretty small detail that we won't really notice, but just pointing it out anyway, because if I don't, then everybody will. So what else do we have? I downloaded a whole lot more. What are these ones called? Walsh Road. So if you want that, it's called Walsh Road. There we go. Oh, we have these ones as well. We'll use these ones. Yeah, they suit good for this area. Good, easy peasy. Actually, I do quite like the look of this. I don't usually go for like repetitive rows like this, but this is kind of like a modern thing that they do here in my area anyway. They do lots of really squished in buildings like that look like someone just went and copied and pasted it like I did. I wish I could curve these around, but I can't do it, so we'll have to just do it like that. The struggle. What else do we have? We have this one here, 1 Hunger Bay Terrace D. So I'm just telling you guys what they are. So if you want to download them, these are the Sheffield Residences, are they? No, they're not called that. What are they actually called? It is this one, the Grange Park. Alright, you guys, so I've placed in majority of all of the buildings. If I just turn around, there you go. It looks kind of silly at the moment because it's all like, it's bare, there's just lots of things in rows. But I believe once we put in the pathways and parks and trees and things like that, it'll look a lot more normal, I guess. So we've got this little pathway that just kind of connects both areas. The next step is probably doing some little pathway connections throughout the whole area. I don't really like how this hedge is all wonky, like, because it's on the side of a hill. I don't know. I'm going to leave it, and hopefully it blends in with everything else. I wonder if these guys have a good view. Let's have a look. If you're there, yeah, you have a pretty good view, actually. You can see all the mountains, top of the buildings and things like that. Yeah, that's a good view, actually. What about if we go over here to these guys? If I just go through these guys here. Not really. Maybe a little bit here of the park. Alright, you guys, so just instead of doing some cinematic stuff, why don't we go into first person? So I've just pressed play and there's a huge influx of people. I put a pedestrian bridge there just to make it easier. And also I gave them a few more buses because if we go here, oh, look at all those people. Oh my god. Anyway, let's go up through here and just have a quick look at everything. So we'll go over here because this is the new area. So we have this lovely, huge new building right here. Look at that. Really nice and bright and colourful. And then we have these really old, the old looking ones. So, but they were good. They just filled in really easily. Come around here. So generally this is all the same. If we get past the tree. What else do we have? So that's the big one all the way up there. Actually, let's have a look at their view. If we go up here, maybe there, that's probably a window. Oh yeah, that's pretty good actually. That's a pretty good view, but that's only like the highest 2 levels, so all the others probably don't really have much of a good view. But if we just jump off, oh, down we go. These ones here I think fit in really well. Like, they got the parking here, they can look out into the forest. They'll go through here, they can look out into the trees here, look out into the courtyards. And yeah, so that's basically that part, which is pretty small. Actually, let's go look in here. Is there anything down there? No, there's nothing down there. I thought maybe there'd be little shops or something, but nope. Oh yeah, I also turned that back on, so there's going to be an influx of people for that. Now come over here, back out to the front. So we have this little park area. Now I left it open just because, like, obviously this is a school here, a primary school and a high school. So I thought maybe that's good to have some open green space, just, I don't know, in case they want to go out and do something. If we go in here, we have the tennis court. She's like, oh, and then he's like, oh. Oh, she missed it. Look, now she's angry. She's stamping her feet over there. Oh, off they go. Anyway, so we have this open green space here. So, like, if there's like a little festival or something, they have that space. So you don't always have to fill in basically everything. So if we go down to down here, so this is like the main road. So if we go down here and then we turn right, we have these little terraces. So they have the parking on the street. The terrain is a little bit funny, so just ignore that. But if we go up here, so we have all of those, basically all the same. I like that they're sitting at the front too. That's really cool. Come out here. Yeah, they're just like pretty generic, but I made it a dead end because I didn't want to add in any more connections to the main road out there. So they have like a little, pretend that's a cul-de-sac, and that comes back around here. And then we go back down here. Sorry if it's like really jumpy. And then we turn right. This is like the little boardwalk area. I like this part. I like the boardwalks. Their view isn't really much. Like, it's a hedge and then some trees out back. So they don't really see much. So if you want like a really peaceful area to live, maybe that one. So it's like really quiet and secluded. A little pathway there just to connect up to the next level. But if we go back, back down there, jump through the bush, back onto the main road. So we have these two, family houses, 3 family houses. The levels are a little bit funny, but I mean, it's a small detail. Come down here. You'll notice with these pathways, there's little gaps all through it, and that's just for the people to basically walk through, even though they'll walk through just anywhere, but just had to leave that open for them. And then we have, actually no, it goes this way. It's one way in here. In we go. So we have these big townhouses, and these ones probably have the best view. So we go through, maybe this one down here a little bit. There we go. That's basically their view. Look at that. You can see all the other buildings, the skylines, the mountains, the sign up there, the tower. You can basically see everything. And if we go to the other ones over here, they also have a good view. You can see the river, you can see the park a little bit, lots of trees, so that's pretty good as well. They got some visitor car parks out there, they can park on the street. Yeah, so that's good. What's the speed limit? It's 40 kilometers an hour. Anyway, go down here. 2 more random houses just to fill in the space, and then right here is where the pedestrian pathway is, and you can see that some of them are using it, which is really cool. It's just a good little connector basically. Down we go. And then we come down to the roundabout here, and I don't know what that black line is. I don't know what that is. So around the roundabout, actually no, we'll go up here. So that's the main road out there. What's she doing? And then we have these ones right here. So they're 1, 2, 3 levels. So we go in here. So we have those big ones, and then if you look to the right, you have these smaller ones. You got there's a removal truck right there. Someone's moving in. Yeah, so they're just nice little low density houses. We've got some parking in the middle. Not really much of a view here. It's pretty dense, but that's alright. Maybe that's what they want. I don't know what's going on with the terrain here. I can't work that out. I tried flattening it and whatever, but don't know. So ignore that. Don't those look good up there? They look really fancy. And then this is the main road, so that's the roundabout there. Go down here, weird hedges. And then we got some more of these generic buildings. And then go down here. Let's go into the park. So we got the little playground here. We got some trees for shade. We got the sand pit, the slides, the swings. Go up here. You can walk through here. This isn't a pathway. This is just like the gravel color that you can put down on the ground, like the cement painter. Go over here. Where are we? Oh my god. We got the little gazebo. I didn't put any seating. Oops, my bad. And then out there is the river. So we'll just walk around. Actually, let's just run across. And then, so roundabout. And then this is the little shopping area. So, are these houses? I think those are houses. Those are apartments. Go down here. Doesn't look like much, does it really? But maybe people like that it's really secluded with all the trees and things like that. So, oh yeah, I put a bus stop right there, and there's also one on that side. But if we just run down here, there's the little burger, Backwater Burger. And then we have some more of these guys on the main road. Then if we go back down to here, this is basically the last part. And I like this street the most because it's quite lush. There's lots of plants. You can see lots of big trees in the background. They can park on the side of the road. There's big bits of grass. Oops, just went through a car. And yeah, and then it just connects up to the park. They've got the shops just around the corner up here, just there. And that is basically it. So let's exit the first person. There we go. And I'll just show you guys properly. Where are we? Oh, we're over here. Okay. Here we go. Ta-da! There we go. So that's basically it. I actually like all of the same buildings, how it's kind of like repetition, but then you have these other ones that kind of just break it up a little bit. Yeah, I wanted to leave this open as well, kind of like this one up here, just so it's because it's quite bushy in the area, so I didn't really want to overdo it with even more plants and stuff like that. And I think it's alright to have it open like that. Anyway guys, that's all from me for this video. Don't forget to leave a comment for other videos that I can do in Samivostok, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye guys.